Welcome back, everyone. We are on our penultimate, second to last session of season 3 of Eokylan. Let's jump right into it. What happened last time?
What didn't happen last time?
So much happened last time. Talon, your mic is real bad, buddy.
Yeah, we're getting Robo-Talon.
My mic is real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Sounded like you were robot internet issue kind of thing.
Oh.
Well, we started inside of
It
the
is an internet
archives.
issue.
Oh.
Now they are gone.
They have returned.
Yeah, ignore if I'm. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yes, that sounds better.
Better, faster, stronger.
Continue.
So we began last session in the archives. You had just entered, having fought your way through the Undercity to get inside. Alexander was stock footage Alexander, and was not appearing in the session.
They're not appearing in this film.
Mm-hmm.
Shot some B-roll of him loitering in the background.
Mm-hmm.
He's figuring a lot out. He's
out of time. Some shit went down with Alexander. Yeah, he's recovering from being dead still.
Yeah, we were greeted by an archivist who was like very persistent that the matron know that we were there,
and who we should have smashed immediately.
And we were like, no, it's okay. It's okay. We were admitted by so and so.
Robo-Talon returns.
Hey, we're good.
The Talinator. So we spoke with this archivist, and this archivist, who I do not remember the name of, totally ratted us out to
He who should have been smashed.
Yes. Totally ratted us out to the matriarch of this library.
Archbishop Theodrana.
Theodrana.
Yes.
But in the meantime,
it's likely Theodrana.
Have you been talking this whole time, Talon?
No.
Okay.
I can hear you guys perfectly.
Can't tell.
All right, so I think what Talon was trying to say is that it's likely that Theodrana was going to find out either way. I think I would tend to agree with that. Yeah.
Still should have smashed that guy though.
Yes.
Never gonna let this go.
We then made our way to the chambers.
Well, no, as we were being escorted, we were actually intercepted by God, and I always forget her name. The Black Flame Lady.
Yelesnia.
Yeah, Yelesnia. And we were brought to a chamber that I guess seemed to be kind of in her sphere of influence within the archives.
Mm-hmm.
Where there were a bunch of other Najit scholars studying old Loken texts, which is, I guess, where they had learned about, how to do pyromancy, like this black flame thing that was going on. And so we settled in for a little bit of a discussion with them.
Yes.
Meanwhile,
I believe Alexander left with you guys.
Alexander was, because Alexander was a little out of it, Yelesnia was like, I'm going to have my people take a look at Alexander.
Yes.
While the rest of us went our different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Dorian stayed
conversation.
put with Yelesnia.
Yes.
Should I just go through what happened to him, and then each of us can kind of tell?
Yeah.
So Dorian remained in the chambers with Yelesnia, and learned that this pyromancy magic has a sort of all-consuming aspect to it, where it will slowly drive the person mad and take over and use them as a sort of puppet to its own will. He was shown a vision from Yelesnia of the essentially husk of Barulo and how it was at like the crater of this huge volcano, and all of these Indaran were bowing around this husk, seeming as if they were all taken over by the flame itself. She then went on to tell Dorian that pyromancy also has different rituals that you can perform. There's different ways to use it other than just hurling fire out of your hands. And that some of these rituals were actually able to cleanse the corruption, which Dorian is very obviously interested in, and she taught him the ritual in order to cleanse it from oneself, and Dorian is hoping that through practice he will be able to learn how to cleanse it from others as well. And well, then Theodrana showed up, and I'll let someone take over from there with what happened with them, because it was not the only place that Theodrana showed
You
up.
guys hear me?
Yep.
Am I reading clear?
You're reading clear.
All right. The Anastas went on their way to seek. Well, my internet going in and out. And at that point, are you guys hearing me?
Mhm.
Stop
Yep.
me if you're not.
Yep.
Oh.
It's a little choppy, but
It's in
Yeah.
and
every
out.
time that you ask if we can hear you, we can hear you.
Surprisingly, very clearly.
Wow. Someone else, take and
I think Talon is asking if someone else can take the
and,
reins for now. Well, we get that
Pat, what
figured out.
happened? What happened to Anastas last time, Pat?
So Anastas headed down to save Constantine, who, if we remember, was captured at some point while you all were fleeing from the Najit enforcers while you were hiding out in the city with the humans. And Constantine was in the processing area where Najit are turned into archives. And we found out that they're a little bit brainwashed while they're down there. Everything that they knew is sort of taken out and replaced with this knowledge that they are supposed to hold for the rest of eternity. And this is an arduous process. It's excruciating. And we found Constantine down there losing his sanity. Also down there, we found the previous Archbishop of Diocese Purity, whose name escapes me right at this exact moment. But he was like very nihilistic, felt as though everyone has sort of abandoned him, that he was betrayed to be sent down here, and was unwilling, was just like not participating in the process at all, holding his will together, but refusing to become an archive.
and what?
I didn't catch any of that, Talon. I'm sorry. Dominican is his name. So Dominican, so Anastas takes Dominican and tries to escape with Dominican, at which point Theodrana shows up down there as well, at the same time as having appeared in the study with Yelesnia.
Yes. Can you hear me on the phone?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna do this way.
That will work. Talon, were you able to hear my description of what
I
happened with
was,
Anastas?
That all is what happened. That was an accurate accounting of events.
Very good.
Parf.
What
Oh,
happened
but I
with
was going to say,
Stone?
what were they deleting? It was very important what they were overwriting specifically.
Oh, yes, that is
Oh,
correct. So they were also, like overwriting some of the old archives and changing history, and doing a lot of culling of mentions of the
Pilgrim.
the Pilgrim, the first Pilgrim, which
Yes.
Anastas was not down with, not happy
No,
about this at all.
very upset. Actually flew off the handle at Theodrana when I was accused of blasphemy.
Yes.
All right. Well,
it was dope.
it was great. Stone, meanwhile, was going to look for the shrine to Rui, which was also kind of deep in the archives, and was sort of serving as almost like a gate into the forbidden section of the rest of the archives.
Yeah.
And settled in for some riveting riddle solving gameplay. Because Don the player is kind of a doofus. And had to call upon the great and mighty powers of ChatGPT to help him. But it did end up helping. We got to the answer eventually, unwittingly, almost. And was able to pass through into the forbidden section of the archives and was given the choice of 3 different skulls. I grabbed one, and it basically
The right one.
stated. Sorry?
The right one.
The one on the right.
I grabbed the right one. And it basically stated that the entirety of the orthodoxy was based on a lie. And, having heard that and holding this skull, Theodrana also appeared behind Stone. And at this point, there are now 3 Theodranas all happening at the same time to all of us simultaneously, and battle ensued.
He chose death.
And those battles went very well for you all.
Yes.
It seems that those that Yelesnia's different aspects are linked to one another, such that like when one of them goes down, you're correct. Theodrana's she's like stunned for a round in the other aspects. Use that to great advantage, and able to dispatch all 3 of her. At which point, what happened?
Now we're getting some background noise from you.
Is someone going through your home with a leaf blower right now?
I think what we're getting is the feedback from us. Are you on speaker on your phone?
All right, we'll do this actually calling in.
Like up to the ear, solid.
Up to the ear, yeah. So, phoning in from home, Talon. So what ended up happening was Diocese Knowledge erupted into a chaotic battle of Yelesnia's followers, whom she had an ample amount. There seemed to have been a good amount of the sleeper agents that were ready to activate at her call. And became a battle between some of the clerics of knowledge and the Black Flame sorceress's forces. And we were going to make our escape, at which point...
and this is, I do want to say, this is the first full-on mage battle that we have had.
Yeah.
In this,
there's a
campaign.
mage battle.
Just
the party was escorted to an escape route, at which point Anastas handed over the remains of Constantine to Dorian and confessed that this was not a battlefield in which they could leave, and ran back into the fray to assist Yelesnia in taking over Diocese Knowledge.
and
Keeping the Skull of Dominican,
yes.
so Dominican can witness the fall of his tormentors.
Who is everyone's new favorite character?
Yeah.
Because
Also,
he's
did
just
we figure out that like everybody's got a new skull hanging out?
yeah. Yep. Yeah. Stone's got a skull. Now Dorian is holding on to Constantine's skull.
Alexander just grabbed one off the wall.
Yeah. Well,
Alexander can make his own
Alexander?
skull.
speaking of Alexander, that is
Oh yeah,
where
Alexander was gone.
we are going
was
to
missing.
begin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So let's get back into the archives here.
Oh, Dorian also nabbed some books on the way out.
Oh yeah, the
And,
Loken
was
scripts.
definitely
Yes.
Classic.
He nabbed the Loken scripts and also was pretty blown away by just how much more powerful Yelesnia was with pyromancy than he was. I will say that was definitely going through his head. Was like the holy shit.
Yeah.
she's pretty badass.
Yes, she certainly is. In her defense, she knows how to wield magic already. Has
sure.
been studying much longer than Dorian has because she's undead.
Yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
And then also
contains
absorbed
the black flame.
we understand like she got lots of she's got memories of the past floating through her brain now too.
Yeah.
All right. So we are going to begin with Alexander. So Alexander, you are in the Archives Eternal. And you're not exactly sure what happened. You were following the party. You got to Yelesnia's chambers. You were then escorted out, and things start to get very fuzzy for you. Beyond, you end up walking through a door, and the people escorting you are gone. Beyond the door are shelves upon shelves of intricately carved wood and stone. Rather than laid with books and scrolls, they are filled by skulls. Bone white, black, some yellowing, decayed brown, others deformed. Each is marked on its forehead by a symbol and a name with a title behind these, a title below these. And the shelves seem to extend into infinity. But you hear whispers coming from them. They all seem to be talking to you. Their hollow socket eyes seem to be following you, although you cannot tell why or how. Down the long hallway, you see an ancient and battered door that looks like it has not been opened in centuries. The whispers seem to be coming from the other side of the door. They seem to focus behind it. What would you like to do?
Is there any carving on the door or anything like that? Any edifice or anything?
Yes, in fact there is. It is in a script that you recognize as Old Loken, but cannot read.
Okay, so it's just writing. It's not no images or anything like that.
No images. Yeah, it's just writing.
Can I pick up anything that the whispers are saying? Can I pick up any words or anything? Or does it sound foreign as well?
It does sound foreign, and it sounds like it's coming in many different languages. You hear what reminds you of Old Loken and also New Loken, but also the tongue of the Najit. You hear that the clicking, chittering of the Tanari, as well as other languages that you do not recognize.
Well, suppose I'll go up to the door.
I will say one word does rise above all the others, and that is your name, Alexander. Alexander.
Well, in this cheery place, I suppose he's going to approach the door and slowly try to open it.
The door does yield to you. It is rusty, and it doesn't want to move, but it's not locked. You are able to force it open with a creak, and beyond it, you find a circular room, almost like a grotto. There is moonlight spilling in from a large crack in its ceiling. The floors are covered in water and pools that have gone stagnant. It smells a little bit, but there is mold and fungi growing amongst it, and all around the room are statues and busts, strange statues and busts. They don't seem to depict any race or creature that you are familiar with, but they do evoke creatures. Some of them seem to be like small mice or rodents. Others are like you can clearly see antlers coming off of. Others are more esoteric, just swirls, what evokes a flame. One is an intricate lattice pattern. They're all very beautiful, but worn with age. Like I said, covered in moss and lichen. The voices are all around you at this point, coming from every direction, seemingly to come from each of the statues, in different languages and tongues and different volumes. They all call out to you, "Alexander, come to us, come." You seem to be surrounded, and then the door shuts violently behind you. As the door shuts, all of the voices go quiet. You feel like you are being watched.
By the statues or by something else?
You have no idea, but the hairs on the back of your neck immediately rise. Although the feeling is familiar. Something you felt before, but the memory is fleeting.
He'll draw his daggers and kind of like look around, looking for anything moving in the shadows, anything on the ceiling.
Got it.
Keeping away from the circled the statues.
In the shadows, you see horns, like antlers, and two eyes, but you cannot make out much more than that. Just seeing those eyes and antlers fills you with a dread that you can't describe, but that again feels familiar. It doesn't speak. There are sounds coming from it, low and hollow, almost like the blowing of the wind. But you understand its meaning, as if its meaning is just like springing up in your mind. Again, not so much in words, but just in understanding. I am going to speak for it because that's the only way that I have to get this information across, but I want to reiterate, it's not like in words that this is happening.
Okay. Yeah.
It has been a long time, Alexander.
What? Show yourself. God. What are you?
You do not recognize me. I have been here the whole time. And you realize that it's right, that you have felt this presence, this clawing at the back of your mind for as long as you can remember. Admittedly, that is not very long, but it does feel like it was longer than that even.
I'm sorry to say, my memory is not what it once was.
I know. You can trust me.
I don't know what or who to trust right now. Why you?
If it were not for me, your memories would have been stolen long ago. Long, long ago. How do you think you made it here without me?
And I'm supposed to believe that? You weren't there when I woke up. Can't say I trust that then.
Haven't I been?
What are you? What do you want from me?
I want cooperation, Alexander. I want cooperation. We can help one another as we once had.
Help each other. And what kind of help would you need? It sounds like you're pretty capable.
I can only do so much. But your potential is unlimited if you have someone to guide you. You're empty. There is a hole in you, a void that was once filled and now gapes. It is a hole that must be filled, Alexander. And if you are not careful, it will be filled against your will.
What do you need? What do you want?
I want to help you. And I want you to help me in return. I can fill the hole in your soul, Alexander. I can give you the power that you have lost, and I can help you recover the memories you so desperately wish to reclaim.
I need assurance that I can trust you then. What can you... You'll have to prove it to me.
You can't trust anyone, Alexander. You know that.
And
I
know.
taught you that. But you can trust that I pushed the spirits away in this room, and had I not, they would have consumed you. And this I think you know.
What did they want from me?
As I said, you are a vacuous hole that wishes to be filled, and they will fill it if you do not stop them.
I suppose you have a way to get me out of this room then?
I can get you out of this room, yes. But it is not just this room that you must worry about.
Seems I have little choice at the moment.
You always have a choice, Alexander.
Yes. I always do, don't I?
You do. And some choices will lead you to places you want to be, and some will not. You spurned me once, Alexander. But I was still there. I still watched over you. How do you think it was that you arrived in that cell? How do you think it was that you were in just the right place at just the right time? You are not the one Najit who has yet a conscience. You are not the exiled Hadra who knew more of Isho than any other. And you are not the first human to cast a spell to channel pyromancy. There is nothing that makes you special, Alexander. Nothing except me.
Does it bring back a flood of memories of the those first few days?
As I wouldn't call it a flood of memories, but as it mentions being in the prison and being chosen, you start to catch glimpses of those memories, enough to confirm the veracity of what it is saying.
He'll lower his weapons and sheath them. Perhaps what you say is true. Maybe I'm not special.
But you can be.
Show me.
The creature reaches out from the darkness. A hand that is long and bony and not humanoid, with three fingers and a small thumb, crooked and bony. On its sleeve, you can see like tatters of cloth and fur, and it reaches out towards your forehead. Do you allow it to touch your forehead?
Full send. Let's do it.
Full send. You're going in. You're not going to resist in any way.
Hesitant, perhaps, but curious.
Okay. The creature touches your head, and you are filled by the memories of your time with this creature. The times that it protected and provided for you. But also the things that you had to do to earn that protection. You do gain 1 essence.
Ooh.
And on your character sheet, you're going to gain the aspect Ancient Spirit. We're not going to put anything in there right now, but just know that you have it.
Okay. And where is that going to end up going? Is that going to be under my...
For right now, just put it maybe in notes or something, and we'll get it worked out later.
What was it again?
Ancient Spirit.
Ancient Spirit. Okay.
All right. Meanwhile, Stone and Dorian are outside in the cathedral, outside the cathedral, in the cathedral square, in Karstop's upper city, where an enormous pit of Eldritch origin has
I totally
just
forgot about this.
yawned open in front of you, horrible and dark, hungering, that makes you want to vomit.
God damn it! I completely forgot that
A
this is where we ended
roar
the session.
has just erupted from the deep to mimic the roar you heard while you were down in the catacombs of the Emperor.
God, we are so fucked.
What do you guys want to do?
Give up.
Scream,
Sit
die
down.
maybe.
Die certainly. I yeet myself into the pit.
Dorian is looking over at Stone.
Stone is like all like if a Corrovid Hadra can be said to have like like color like in its face, there is none. Stone is staring at that hole, his eyes wide, completely stunned and horrified.
What in the bloody fuck is that, Stone?
That is the end.
Does this look similar to the portal that we had seen in Arcadia being torn open by the god of knowledge
By Rui.
Rui. Who,
Does it look like a portal between?
Oh gosh!
Other
Oh,
places?
that's a fantastic question. I would say that was like a rift of like electricity, and like it was very violent and rippling and like causing distortions and things like that. This is not that. It just sort of opens. It seems to extend down like you're looking into like a one of those like mirrors that's set up to another mirror, where it just like disappears down into infinity and blackness. And it didn't like appear in an explosion. It didn't erupt to life. It just wasn't, and then it was. So I would, and that other rift didn't make you want to puke when you looked into it. So I would say that this is different.
Dorian's gonna start backing away from this rift slowly, and start looking around the rest of the square. Has any of the other Najit noted that? Is there anyone else around?
Yeah. So
how are they reacting to this?
remember also that the archives behind you, smoke is
on
kind of
fire.
pouring from it because they're on fire right now. So Najit had like gathered out in the square to kind of like check out this disturbance to see what exactly is happening. And when this pit yawned open, some of them are like now staring into it, and they're like headed towards it. They're like walking into it, and as they reach its edge, they drop into it. Their bodies fall 15 or 20 feet before they just disintegrate. They scream as like wisps of energy rip their bodies apart into nothingness until all you can hear is the echoing of their soul as it disappears into the ether. This happens to 4 or 5 of them as they leap in, but seeing this, other Najit have like started to back away from it.
But they were approaching it willingly, it seemed like?
Yes,
or...
like they were drawn into it.
Oh, good lord. Stone looks at Dorian and says, "We do not have much time. We should run.
To where?
We need to gather the remaining blessings. Now, quickly, Dorian." And he scoops Dorian up onto one of his shoulders and says, right now, Dorian, and cradling him like a little baby is gonna start booking it in a random direction.
Okay, so Dorian, as you are scooped up by Stone, and Stone starts to run off, you see a few different things happen. First off, out of the corner of your, well, actually, give me a vigilant check.
Any mods?
No.
Fail. By 1, if that matters.
Hang
What do you
on, I
mean,
see
fail?
I see a critical success here.
Yeah, I see a critical success, yo.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
I was looking at
Green
the
light.
cunning check before.
Yeah,
Green light
yeah, yeah.
go.
No,
Yep.
you succeed.
You saw it.
So, okay, you get all
I'll
of the
scroll down.
information. The first thing that you see is that people have started to come out of Diocesan Order, including several high clerics that are like, remember orders like elaborate gold, like almost chandeliers and things coming off of them. The more elaborate, you've divined that the higher their rank. And several of them have come out and are observing this pit and shouting to other Najit in the Najit language, but they seem to be like warding people away from the pit. You see also Theodrana, or perhaps a copy of Theodrana, sprinting out of the archives and towards the Archdiocese of Purity, the Basilica of Cleansing. Finally, you see that on a balcony in the Diocese of Cleansing, Archbishop Velanir is like looking over the square towards the burning archives that are right next door, and watches Theodrana come in and turns around and disappears into the darkness of the diocese.
Can I attempt something when I see Theodrana running out of those archives?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is the rift semi near the entrance to those archives?
How like the rift is like in the center of this square. I would call the square like maybe 500 feet across. And the rift itself is maybe like 100 feet across in the center of that. So like near, yes, but like not
Relatively.
next to, right?
Okay, got it. In that case, what I would like to do while being carried away, if you're all right with this, I want to attempt to make it look like as if a brimstone cascade is exploding out of the smoking entrance of those and aim it at Theodrana. But I want it to look as if it's coming from there. So if you need like a discreet check or something, so it doesn't look like it's coming from us escaping the scene.
Oh gosh, this is going to be very tough. But yes,
Okay.
you can make a discrete check to do it.
I mean, there is a big rift distracting people.
There's a big distracting rift for
and
sure.
smoke billowing out of the area.
Yep,
Like,
I'm with
they
you.
know
I'm with
there's
you.
intense fire. Okay, so how do you
It-
want me to roll this? Brimstone Cascade first?
No, I'm going to have you roll the discrete check first.
Okay. Mod?
Yeah, -4.
Ooh. Even with those other things? Oh god.
Yeah.
That's what's making it possible, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Do I want to attempt this?
What is your intention?
To stop Theodrana from letting everyone know that we're trying
Yo,
to...
Is that
who gives
more
a
important
fuck?
to you? Is stopping her more important to you than making it look like it's not coming from you? Or is making it discreet the most important thing to you?
It's pretty important to not have
You
everyone
got-
chasing after a
You might
pyromancer.
have to choose one, is what I'm saying.
Okay. I think just attempting to stop her is the most important thing.
Okay, then I'm going to have you roll the Brimstone Cascade first, and the Discreet second.
I'm gonna. You can do this because you are set on this course of action. But I feel like what you're trying to do is going to draw attention to us no matter what, when really we just could get away.
You know what? I think you're right. In that case, the Dorian kind of like holds his hand up, thinking about it for a moment, and instead pulls the cloak up that Millie had made for him all that time ago, and secures the ring to make sure he looks like a Najit being carried off.
Got it. Okay.
Stone is invisible to the Najit, so he's actually carrying you in his lower two arms, also. So you kind of look like you're just levitating a lot.
Actually,
Okay,
I would say that you have now equipped Dorian. Dorian's now the invisible as well.
All right, I'm into that.
Okay.
All right.
You are equipped.
Yeah. All right. So meanwhile, Anastas is fighting off Yelesnia's forces inside Diocese.
Adrana's forces.
Yes, the Adrana fighting alongside Yelesnia's forces inside Diocese Knowledge right now. At this point, Anastas, you've stepped back into the Diocese. You can see that the battle is sort of raging in a central courtyard area, with Yelesnia at the center of it. There are at least 3 Theodranas that you can see that are hiding behind pillars, buffing her allies, and like occasionally throwing bolts down at Theodrana, while just masses of clerics run at her at the center. Some of them armed with knives that are clearly magically enhanced. Others are like using evil like that curse that you saw before, while Yelesnia is throwing off fireballs with her allies. It appears that her allies can't like Brimstone Cascade as much, but they can do sort of like a flare burst in front of them, and then also have the other Theurgy magics that they're trying to counter. They're trying to counter these curses and things like that. How does Anastas want to approach this situation?
I think Anastas is going to work as like front infantry. I want to support the ground forces. I'm gonna let Yelesnia take care of Theodrana.
Okay.
And I want to assist. I want to make sure that the foot soldiers are getting their jobs done. So like if someone approaches them, Anastas is jumping in, smashing an acolyte, and then.
So what Anastas has to do first is make their way into the center of this courtyard, the first few people you are coming up behind. So I'm going to have you make attacks against them. There's going to be there are 2 of them in front of you right now, but they do not see you coming at all.
Okay.
So you're going to have advantage on these.
Sure.
Or not advantage. The what's the
Favor.
What was that?
Favor.
Sorry. You are getting advantage, not favor. Favor is the one that works like advantage, but isn't. Advantage is the one that gives you that extra damage.
Got it. I got advantage.
For
the modifier.
-2.
-2. I am going to ask. I'm gonna communicate with Dominican and see if he could muster any kind of spell in his state to assist my health bar. But I will make my attacks.
Got you.
That's 9 on the first.
Sure. And then the second?
I fail the second.
But what happens when you fail?
I get another one. I get a strength check.
Yeah.
Huzzah.
Modifier.
I assume that their strength is very bad. Let me check. Yeah, +5.
+5. Succeed the strength check, which opens up. So I come in, smash the first one. The Second one ducks under it. I grab it by the skull, throw him a couple feet back, and lunge in for a second attack.
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, you have like cleared the
And
path
I succeed
to the
for
center. You crush the second one, and Yelesnia sees this happen, turns her attention towards you, and like for just like a brief moment, you can see that she did not expect you to return, but is super grateful that you are here. And she nods to you. She dodges an attack from Theodrana and throws another firebolt up onto a balcony where one of the Theodrana copies is like hiding behind one of those pillars, and starts going back at it. And her forces seem to like coalesce around you. You're able to turn around and like form the front line of her attack.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, Stone, where are you going?
So I'm trying to remember. So we had leads on at least some of or all of the remaining shrines, correct?
You know where they all are. You've got one that is inside Diocese Might. You've got one that is inside Diocese Order, and you've got one that is inside the Cathedral of the Undying, the main cathedral where
So those are the only three that we have left.
Those are the only three that you have left. They are Venici in the Diocese of Might, Amarin in the Diocese of Order, and then Yatala the Mother in the cathedral.
Okay. So Stone's gonna get like a decent distance away, and is gonna try to just find like like an alleyway or somewhere out of the way that he can stop and kind of collect and set Dorian down. And
okay, yeah, got it.
Try to figure out like what the hell they're gonna do, right? Because like, so Stone looks down at Dorian and says, "Well, I do not know what we're going to do without our Najit friend here. But we must find and access the other shrines. What do you think our plan forward should be?"
Perhaps we ought to go to the Basilica of Order first, Amaran, and hopefully Anastas can meet us back out in the courtyard after we are done. He is our best bet and probably the best to take on the gift of Venici inside of the Order of Might, and then together we can push towards the cathedral.
Agreed. Let us go that direction then. What does it say on your map?
Is it clear to me how to get us from here to Diocese Order, or do you need me to make a roll for this?
It's in the square. There are only 5 buildings, or rather 6 buildings, really. But there's the Grand Cathedral. There's the Diocese of the Cleanse of Purity, Knowledge, where you just came from, Might, where you have been before. That also has that off building that's for the Pravoslavy, and then the only other building here is the is Diocese Order. And if you remember the color coding system, we've got black, red, gold, and white for purity. So yeah, you certainly can tell which building it is that you are looking for right now. But when you turn towards Diocese Order, the cathedral or the Basilica of the Lord, Marana, the Archbishop, steps out. She's that one that looks like a giant chandelier that's like got like crystal hanging off of her, big gold hoops and things, just like an enormous, doesn't even look like a humanoid at this point, other than she's got her head in the center of it. And she sort of glides out, surveys the situation, looks down at the large hole in the center of the of the square, looks out and immediately begins commanding people with a force and a presence that is just unlike any you have seen before. She points, and before she has even before she is even finished with her command, people are rushing to complete it for her. Just utter and complete control over the people that are around her. She immediately orders several large in order knights to surround the black hole and make sure that nobody goes into it. She orders another group of clerics to head to the fire and start fetching whatever water they can to put it out and make sure that it does not spread specifically. And while she's doing this, Velenir comes out of Diocese Purity. They are a little far away. They're on the other side of this 500-foot large square. But you can see that they're having words. Along with Velenir is a group of 12 of Diocese Purity's clearly most accomplished fighters. Diocese Purity does not have a whole lot of numbers, and a lot of them are monks and not combat oriented. So this is probably all that Purity has to muster. But they do look capable. But in terms of numbers, the number of Diocese Order clerics and enforcers that are here right now just vastly outnumbers Purity. And Velenir's voice starts to raise. It's difficult to hear because of all that's going on right now. One of you can make a vigilant check with favor if the other is also trying to assist.
Yeah.
I think. Do we both have 10?
Yes.
I help you.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Hell yeah. Okay. So Morana is shouting to Velenir that whatever is happening in Diocese knowledge right now is an internal matter, and that you specifically hear her shout, Velenir, you are not the pontiff. You do not have authority to meddle in other diocese affairs. I suggest you turn around now. Velenir looks takes a step back when she shouts this, and looks around, and you can see he is doing an assessment of he's got 12 guys here and she has 4 dozen, and it is not going to turn out well for him. He says something muffled and low that you can't quite hear, but the last thing you hear is, well, we shall see what the pontiff has to say about that. And he turns on his heels and heads into the Cathedral of the Undying. Morana watches him leave. Turns around. He does take his guys with him, yes. Turns around, assesses the situation, barks a few more commands about not letting anyone from Diocese Purity enter the Diocese knowledge, to focus on putting out the fire, and that she is going to be right back. And she spins and glides quickly, just skates over to Diocese Might, and then disappears around the corner.
Now might be our best chance, Stone.
Yes, indeed.
We need to get inside of Order. Post haste.
Or do we attack Purity? I feel we have 2 choices.
What do you mean attack Purity? There's no blessing inside of Purity. You drug us away to complete these blessings, and Order is wide open with Marana going inside of war.
Oh, I'm
right
sorry, I
now.
thought-
We need to go.
Don thought there was one in Purity. My apologies.
But Anastas has already gotten it.
Yes, right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Then yes, I agree. We should go to Order. Sorry, that was
That's
just
good.
that was a player slip. Not
I know
not a
it's pretty
character
wild right now, Stone.
slip. I'm dissociating so hard right now.
Dorian, you are a tactician.
Yes.
You have been communicating with Anastas about the situation in Karstap for weeks now. The one unknown that you had was Marana, and Anastas has been trying to speak with Marana since you got here, and has so far been unable to do that. You do not know where Marana stands, other than to know that she is right now enforcing that, the Purity should not be meddling in knowledge affairs, and she clearly is going to look for backup on that. But you do not know ultimately if she is going to bow to the Pontiff or not. And that could become a critical problem.
Ally.
Because if she does not, then you might have a chance. But if she does, then it would be Order and Purity and whatever forces the Pontiff has against a rebellious organization inside Knowledge, but not all of Knowledge. Unclear what's happening with Might right now. It could go either way. And then a group of fundamentalist Najit assassins. And that just the math is not working on that. You need Marana, or this is never going to work.
We may need to go and fetch an Ostos first. Before we go into Order. Before we speak with Marana.
This is our chance. If we are to seize it, I feel it must happen now. You will have to be the one to speak with her.
Fuck. Not
Yeah.
a good people person.
Dorian, you are a great people person.
I am
Just engage her with the facts and try to bring her over to our side.
In spirit, you feel Anastas's hand on your shoulder.
Unfortunately, I do not feel as though the presence of a Korovid Hadra would further your case.
You gotta go.
You go to Order. I will go to Might and do my best to speak with Marana to get her on our side.
Correct.
Go.
Good luck, Smallkin.
Good luck.
Hell yeah. Dorian, you feel a little fire burning inside of you as you head off towards Diocese Might. Alexander.
Dorian did it. Just a quick little moment. Looks down at Constantine that he's got around his belt, and just says, "Looks like it's just me and you, friend. Let's go."
I will help if I can.
Appreciate that.
All right, Alexander.
Hello.
You become conscious on the floor in the archives. You can hear the sounds of combat upstairs. You can hear the burning of fires.
Is the creature still there?
You are alone. The door is
Okay.
open, however.
Alexander will start to leave then.
Excellent. Okay, so you head out into those racks again. The voices have quieted. You cannot hear them any longer. But when you step out, you watch a Najit cleric wield a fireball and just put it inside the chest of another who erupts into flame, waving their arms, runs into a nearby shelf, knocking it over. Skulls go scattering throughout the halls, breaking on the floor with bones. And inside your mind, you hear, "It has begun then. Go to it, Alexander. Do what you do best." What would you like to do?
I think at the moment. So there's are they still fighting?
No, the fighting has sort of like stopped in this like corridor that you are in right now. Like the one cleric blew the other one up and then disappeared around the corner.
Okay, gotcha. Then I am going to stick to the shadows and try to find a familiar face.
Excellent. Okay.
The ones who I awoke to, basically.
Make a stealth check for me.
Yeah. Any mods on it?
Yeah, let's give you favor. They are not worried about you right now.
Fair enough. Favor, no modifier, though, right?
Correct.
Bing, bang, boom.
Awesome. Okay. And Alexander slinks off into the darkness. Okay, Anastas, you are at the center of this battle. You are taking shots from all over the place, and one of the Theodrana clones has turned her eye towards you, and you can feel that curse effect covering you. Two of the clerics, I mentioned that they had those knives that were like kind of wreathed in blackness that you can see are magically enchanted. They are coming at you. I'm going to have you make a defense check against them. And let me just check what their attack is. Oh, okay, you've got +3 on this.
Succeed.
Okay, and the second one?
Failed. Protect 11.
Okay, so... Okay. You... The first one comes at you, and you easily turn it aside. The second one hits you with the dagger straight in the center, and it hits your large plate in the center that deflects all of the physical damage, but that like black energy like courses through and pushes through the armor into you, and you can feel like your insides start to crack and break just a little bit. You do take 2 points from it.
I am 1.
You are at 1. Okay. It is your turn. You've got 2 of them on you right now. What would you like to do?
I mean, I have no choice. I have to attack one. I gotta get this off of me.
Yeah, and remember, you've got a second chance to fail on all attacks.
Yeah. It's
Don't
plus,
say it like that.
+5.
Plus 1.
+1.
Okay, that is past the threshold for this cleric. So this cleric goes down to their knees.
I have a second chance to fail. I have to roll again.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I succeed.
Okay.
The second one.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna say between the two of those, yeah, this creature absolutely goes down, and is just crushed beneath the wheel. Alexander, at this point, you have come out onto a balcony. You are looking down at the courtyard where Yelesnia and Anastas, along with like a handful, maybe about 6 clerics, are like holding the center of this courtyard. There are 3 copies of Theodrana, 1 that's on the ground floor and 2 that are up on the balcony. And they are using the columns for cover against Yelesnia's fire attacks that she's blowing in all directions. And there are Najit clerics coming from all over the place, swarming that center group. It does not look good for Anastas and gang, but they do not notice that you are up here.
Wait, did you say that there are? What was the thing about Yelesnia that she was doing, or were they shooting at her?
She is firing up at all of the Theodrana copies that she can see, but they're like using columns to take cover from her.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay, sorry, just wanted to get a visual on that. Okay, how? Let's start to get over to those copies.
Yeah, absolutely. There's one that is on this side, doesn't see you right now, and you have a clear line to.
Oh, we are going to get right over there and cut it up.
Yeah.
Do I need to make anything to get over to it, you think? Or am I keeping with this?
No, we're keeping with that. We're keeping with that stealth check.
Perfect. Well, I want to stab it then, once I get over there.
For sure. Okay, so you rush over. Now, you've got -7 on attacks against her. But you've got favor right now because she has no idea that you're here. Not favor, advantage. You have advantage on her because she has no idea you're here.
Advantage, normal, and this is a backstab currently because they're all backstab?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, let's get this party started. First one. -7. Do they all get advantage now, or is it just
they all get advantage.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do love this.
And I think your build is such that you can just give yourself advantage at this point.
I believe so, yeah. It's
6.
pretty much... final fail.
Okay. All right, so you rush up to her. You are going to bring her down past her threshold. So she is bloodied, but she's a skeleton, so she's not actually bleeding. But not dead yet. What happens? What does this look like?
It's basically going to be... It doesn't kill her though. But we're gonna be kind of going in and quick stabs. Quick one stab to the skull, to the dome, and then another one to go at the I guess what would be the tendons. Try to cut her down, kind of so she's not able to stand the way she would like.
Absolutely. Okay, so. All right. So she turns around when this happens. You sort of like knock her down to the side. She sees you and she holds a hand up. And you feel something inside of you. Make a strong check at -5.
Also, quick question. What is my health currently at after all of things that happened? Am I back up to full? Right now I've got a 6 in there, but is that... I don't remember what that was from.
I think that was from...
Is that before I died even? I don't even remember.
That could... I've let's say you're at full right now because I have no idea what you would have taken damage from.
Sounds good. All right, so you said -5 on this?
-5, yep.
Okay.
Woof, dude. Okay, so she holds up her hand and you feel something eating you from the inside out. You take 5 points of damage, ignoring armor, and you spit out. There are larvae in your mouth that are like eating you from the inside right now.
Gross.
Totally, completely gross. All right. Stone, where are you?
Yes.
You are headed into Dicey's order right now.
Hypothetically, yes.
Hypothetically, okay. You are unnoticeable. So
Yes.
you are able to slip in. You come into a large, grand foyer, festooned with gold. Everything is gilded. There are ornate statues of skeletons and things. Everything is polished, clean, and orderly. You've got halls off to your left and right, and a large door right in front of you. Where do you want to go?
So, yeah, it would have been probably a good idea for me to get some kind of a layout of this building from someone before I came here, huh?
I mean, there was only so much that you could do.
There was only so much time. Oh, hold on. Allie's calling me. You might
Oh,
wanna
okay,
switch
then
to
we'll
someone.
just switch.
Apologies.
We'll just switch to Dorian right now then.
Perfect. Thank you. Sorry about that.
No worries. Do what you got to do. Okay, so Dorian, you are trying to pursue Marana into Diocese Might, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to have you make a speed check. A quick check. And you have disfavor on this because you are a lame person. And I mean that... Oh, fuck, yes!
Wow, we.
Awesome, okay.
Fire in me, dude.
Yes. Hell yeah. Okay. So you rush off towards Diocese Might, where you see that Marana is at the front door right now, saying, "You will let me in now." And the guards are like taking a step back, and they're about to open the door for her. How do you want to approach this?
Boldly and swiftly, I suppose.
Okay.
Marana! I must speak with you.
She whips her head around without turning her body. And then, like, her chandelier body, like, slowly turns to match it. Who speaks to me?
It takes everything in Dorian's power not to shiver just from seeing her do that. My name is Dorian Caldwell. I am an emissary of Anastas the Wheel. I must speak with you. It is of dire importance.
Anastas the Outcast.
Yes.
Make a persuade check for me. You do have favor on this.
Nope.
That was with favor? You rolled a 20 and a 14. Okay. She says, I should not be speaking with the ally of a traitor. Give me one good reason why I should not put you in chains right now.
What we have witnessed inside of the Pontiff's chambers. We watched him kill the Triumvirate with our own eyes. They are performing something blasphemous and horrible here, Marana. You must believe me. I would fetch him myself, but right now he's fighting with everything he can against Theodrana's own blasphemous acts within the Diocese Order of
strides directly up to you, not stopping, grabs you by the shoulder, and drags you into the Pravoslav's chambers. You've been in here before. The door bursts open without her having to like push it open or anything. It opens before her and then closes behind her. She sees that there are no guards in front of the Kiln of 1,000 Voices, that it is silent and dark. She walks inside and sees the Triumvirate there lying dead where it was pierced through by the Pontiff. She sets you down on a bench that's right there in the entranceway, and she turns and she says, "Speak now."
It is exactly as I told you, Marana.
You have Constantine.
They're kind of turning towards Constantine. A little help here, friend.
I can confirm. I am Constantine. I am Anastas's squire. I was taken, but I am sorry, my lady.
You see what Theodrana, what Theodrana has been doing to the people down within the Diocese Order of Knowledge. She is wiping them clean of all historical facts. Anything having to do with the Pilgrim is being wiped out and rewritten down there.
She is silencing us. She is wiping our memory.
They are trying to cover this up. The Pontiff is trying to take absolute control even over the Triumvirate. He has to be stopped.
Roll another persuasive. Again, you have favor.
Please, Dorian. You can't have another
Yes!
medical check.
There we go.
Hell yeah.
I'll
Okay.
also explain the full scene that we witnessed. Because Dorian would certainly remember such a horrific scene. The player Peach does not remember exact details of how the assassination happened.
Sure. Marana turns towards the door, back towards the Triumvirate, and then down towards you. And she bends down. She like compresses her body to get down towards you, and her head sort of like cranes out to get very close to yours. What you are saying is that I must rebel against the man I have followed my entire life and my entire life after my life. Do you understand? This is not a decision that should be made lightly.
Saying that it should be taken lightly, Marana, but I am saying that the Diocese of Order is our only hope for regaining control and order over this breaking city.
And we have very little time to do it. Okay. Don, are you back?
I am back.
Okay, awesome. So you have walked into Diocese Order.
I have.
Yep, you're in like sort of an atrium right now. There are wings off to the left and right. There's a large door right in front of you. You're not sure exactly where to go. How do you think Stone is going to approach this?
Stone is probably going to so unseen, able to kind of maybe, just take a quick beat, and is just going to try to be as quiet as he can. He's going to close his eyes and he's going to listen. And what I'm imagining here is that he is trying to pick out some kind of resonance or some kind of like spiritual energy that might give him a clue as to where he needs to begin looking.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. What do you want to make for a check on this?
I was thinking probably either like vigilant or resolute. Vigilant, obviously, because I'm looking for something, but resolute because it's mystical. I leave it to you.
Yeah, I am happy with either. I think either approach is fine. You will get different results based on what you choose to do.
Understood. I'm going to use resolute. It's my better skill.
Got you. Okay.
I succeed.
All right. So sort of like channeling your your song keeping. You listen for the resonance of the earth. You know the Song of the Hearth. This is a song you are very familiar with.
Mhm.
You have sung it many times. And you know that that same rhythm should be coming from somewhere in this temple. You hear a slow beat coming from behind the door directly in front of you.
Damn it, I was afraid you were going to say that. Okay. So it's a big door. If
It is
I
a
open it,
big,
it is
ornate door. Yeah.
probably going to be noticed.
Yes.
So Stone would like to instead of immediately rushing towards that, so there's no other way in that direction that he can see to go.
No, not
It's
from
just
what
that
you
door.
can see here. Yeah.
Oh man, and all the other doors are gonna be smaller sized. Screw it. We don't have time. Stone's gonna open the door, the big door.
Okay. Do you want to be doing this discreetly?
Does Stone have a discreet bone in his body? No, he doesn't. He's a 12-foot tall, four-armed man
But
who's invisible.
he's invisible.
He is invisible. Sure. We'll try to do it discreetly. As
Okay.
discreetly as a giant four-armed man who's invisible can be.
I will say that you do have favor on this because you're invisible right now, but
help
you
me
are
so
still trying
much
to
with
open an
mine.
enormous door and fit your enormous body inside of it.
All right. So I have favor, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Doesn't matter. I fail.
With a 14 and a 20. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So the door opens like you have to pull both of it out, and they open this way, and like several Najit clerics who are right now like carrying big pails of water out the front door like stop and look at this happening and fall down to their knees and go and like then arc back in prostration before this door. Beyond it, you see an immaculately clean and ordered hall that has a large table with stone chairs at it. And at the end of that table, there is a huge fireplace, ornate, carved with stone, covered in like gold. There are gold skulls like on shelves all over it. The fire is lit inside of it, and there is a Najit dressed in sort of like I would say simple, not ornate robes, not like dirty, not torn, but just worn with age, simple and worn with age. And as the doors open, he turns up to look at you, but it's like he's looking through you right now because you are not allowing him to see you.
Yes.
And he gets down, he pulls out a poker, and he just starts pushing at the fire in the hearth.
Okay. So the hearth that we're looking at right now, does it look Najit in origin, or does it look like it's older?
It looks like it's older.
It looks like it's older.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So is there any I will approach that end of the hall.
The Najit, as you approach, as he's tending the fire, says, "I can hear your footsteps, but I cannot see you. Hello?"
Stone will continue to approach, until he is standing just behind this Najit tending the fire.
Oh. You have come very far to come here. You should rest. You are weary. And it is time to take a moment to rest. I am sorry. I do not have a place for you to sit which would accommodate one such as yourself.
Stone will kind of like looming behind this Najit and like looking down on him will just say, "What do you know of me and my kind? The hearth you sit in front of is not yours. You took it from us. How dare you offer me hospitality in a home taken?"
The hearth does not turn any away.
And you would have me believe that now. You
Believe what
say
you
I
want.
am weary.
Are you
I
not?
am weary. I am weary of all of this. All of you. I am weary of being told what I should think. I am weary of being looked down on by those who usurped us. I am weary of all of it. Now, one more time, tell me why I should accept the hospitality of those who would see me dead and gone with all the rest of my kind.
Accept not my hospitality. Accept the hospitality of the one who is greater, at whose hearth any may sit. And he sort of like bows a little bit, and then like backs away, and then disappears into a door that's like to the side of the hearth.
Stone is very conflicted about this.
All right. Let's go back to Alexander and Anastas. All right. So, Alexander, you have just taken a few shots at one of the Theodrana copies and are now spitting out maggots. Anastas has taken is down to like very few hit points right now, but still alive. One of Theodrana's, one of Yelesnia's clerics, seeing that Anastas is so low, is going to do a lay on hands. Let's see what they can do with this. All right, Anastas, you can heal 1d6 points of toughness.
Poof, that will put me back in the fight.
Hell yes.
Boom. I've got to play.
Anastas, looking around, taking the assessment of the clerics that are around you, they are, many of them broken, many of them are, clearly exhausted. This new pyromancy that they are practicing is not something that they are really practiced with, and it is draining for them. What would you like to do?
I have not much strength left. However, I will provide an opening. And you said that Theodrana's hiding behind like pillars.
Yes. Yep.
I want to attempt to like throw Pyridicida to destroy one of the pillars.
Okay, sure. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I'm gonna call this a strong check. I am going to make this very difficult because this is a big stone piece of shit that you're trying to break right now. And it might take multiple attempts to do this. Do you want to go over to the pillar and wail on it, or you want to throw Pyridicida?
I didn't want to open myself up to free attacks, but I suppose I will push past this individual and I will attempt to I'm going to try to destroy it.
You know what though? Let's actually just see what the cleric next to you can do. Okay, and this is at...
Or one of them's on the balcony. Is there... Yeah, I'm gonna survey. I want to see, is there something I could destroy? Is there cover I could destroy to open up a shot for one of the clerics or for Yelesnia?
Yes. So the one that is on the ground level is behind a pillar right now, but in such a way that like she does not have a lot of cover. You would just need to get out a little bit further to be threatening her from one side. She would either then have to deal with you or get pushed into the open where Yelesnia could hit her. Seeing you like trying to maneuver but being kind of crowded out, the two clerics next to you throw up a huge like burst of fire inside one of them, blowing up the cleric in front of you and giving you the opening to do this.
I am going to dash in towards the Theodrana clone that is behind the nearest cover.
Got you. So the Theodrana clone, seeing this happen, turns around to put her attention towards you, holds up hands to try and she's got that force field bubble that she does. You've got -7 on this attack.
And I'm still got a second chance to fail.
To fail, yes. It is the well, actually, how does that work?
Then I will attempt
so the one that Alexander was attacking was the one that was doing this. And so she's got to pass this resolute check. Yeah, she does. So, yes, you are still taking the second chance.
I still feel myself weakened. I am going to go back to trying to destroy the cover. So I'm making a second attack. I'm making an attack at the cover.
At the cover.
And not her.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So you're gonna.
Does this favor just work then, or what does that?
Yeah. So I want to see what damage you're putting out, because you can hit it. Certainly, it's not defending against you or anything. But we just need to see how much damage you deal.
Okay. Would have been 9.
Okay. All right. So you hit the pillar next to her. A crack appears in it. It is not broken, but you definitely did damage to it. Alexander, what are you up to?
I'm gonna kill this one that's making me spit out maggots, please.
Yes, yeah, that sounds like a fantastic idea.
So I don't have favor now, or I don't have
You don't have advantage anymore now. Wait. You can create advantage for yourself.
Yes. That's right.
I don't remember how exactly that works.
Well, it's backstab for sure. Am I still at -7 for all these?
Yep, -7 for all these.
Yeah, I always forget the advantage thing for myself. I forget which one it is right now.
When you're using discreet instead of accurate to attack with a short or precise weapon, every such attack gains the same advantage as if the opponent was surprised. Yeah.
Perfect, which I'm always constantly doing, because fuck that, otherwise, alright. Advantage, backstab, here we go. Oh, fuck. Wait, actually, though, hold on. I still have Prentha's blessing.
You still have Prentha's blessing, so this becomes a critical?
It becomes the critical.
Okay, so you lose Prentha's blessing, the mechanical, you use it up. You still have it for the purposes of doing what you need to do for the story.
Yeah.
How do you take her out?
This is basically we'll hook the skull in with one of my daggers, and we'll slam it into the pillar behind it, shattering the skull. And yeah.
Awesome. Okay. The other Yelesnias, stumble when this happens, taking a moment. Because you are right there, Anastas, you can have a free attack against this Yelesnia. Sorry, not this Theodrana.
I'm gonna take can I take a free attack against the pillar?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
10.
Another crack.
Oh, that wasn't without the D6. 15.
15. Okay, a huge crack goes through the center of this thing. You can see that it is all the way through, like a hairline fracture. The thing isn't destroyed, but you've broken through it. Another hit or two, and this thing is going to come down. Okay. All right. Let's go back to Dorian. Okay. Marana is in front of you right now, and she's saying, we have very little time to do this, but one question I yet have is why I should trust you and Anastas to have the best interest of the Orthodoxy in mind.
Because we still follow the true pilgrim. Because Anastas has never turned his back on exactly what this orthodoxy has always stood for.
And what is that? So, Dorian, I want you to make this is a lore type check. I'm gonna give it to you base because you've been hanging around Anastas long enough, even though you haven't necessarily studied the Najit religion. And you are a lore keeper, right? Like, that's an ability you have?
I am a lore master.
You are a master of lore. So yeah, go ahead and make that cunning check.
Any modifiers?
Nope.
Oh.
What do you tell her?
I tell her that the purpose is to follow the light of the true pilgrim, to bring order to the capital of Karstop, and to drive Hadra off of these lands.
And we shall do it together then. Follow me. What was your name?
Dorian.
Dorian. If we survive this, I shall remember you. Come. And she turns and heads towards the door into Diocese Might. Okay. Stone.
Yeah.
You wanted a moment.
Oh, yeah. So after the old Najit leaves the room, Stone is staring into the flames in the hearth. And rather than feeling less anxious and less angry, as he continues to view the flames, he feels his rage only grow.
Ooh.
In the fire, he sees the burning of Karstop, the fall chains of the high wall, he feels his curse name begin to throb and ache. And
Can I add to this?
yes,
Another thing you see on the hearth is Amaran's iconography, which is that of a home, but not just any home. It's of like an old style traditional Korovid home. The home that you were denied because of your name.
he sees that, he feels all of this within himself, and he turns his head towards the door that old Najee went through and begins to follow him, dragging Isho's lament behind him across the floor. As he walks, he remembers everything that has happened to him because of his curse name. He remembers his family, he remembers his fear, he remembers his torment. He remembers everything that he has seen and experienced on this journey that has only added to his hatred of the Najit. All of this is swirling within him as he slowly walks down the hallway after this guy.
So this guy like comes out of a door with like a tray that's got like some candles and some incense on it, and like a bowl of what like looks to be some sort of liquid or something like that. And he steps out into the hall. Do you want him to see you?
Oh yeah. Oh, the glamour drops.
He sees you and looks up. What do you do?
Stone looms over him. Isho's lament slowly swinging up into another one of his arms as he stands in front of this Najit. And he says, "You would dare show your back to me in my home."
The Najit becomes very, very small. He drops the platter and like goes down, not into Najit prostration, but into a more like Indara, Korovid, Hadra, more typical prostration. Whatever I have done to offend, I did not mean it.
Stone, seeing the prostration, is further enraged that he is somehow managing to suborn Korovid and Hadran beliefs even now. And with his other two arms, he picks this guy up by the shoulders and brings him up to eye level and just stares at him and says, "Not here. Not now. You know nothing of me and my kind."
The Najit says nothing. He is trembling with fear.
Stone slowly begins to pull.
Make a
like-
strong check. You have advantage for your size.
Understood. Advantage?
Yeah. Favor.
can't-
Favor.
Yeah, favor. Oh yeah.
You pull this Najit apart. It strains. No. And then breaks. And when it breaks, it completely discorporates. Anything that was holding it together falls apart, and you are left with like a skull in one hand and like a femur in the other, and the rest of the bones are lying in a pile on the floor around you.
Okay. Is the Najit itself gone, or does the skull still have...
It seems to be still.
Still? Okay.
You can actually feel the spirit, that smoky black spirit, sort of like dissipating from the bones around you.
Gotcha. as he does this, as he feels this Najit break apart, as he holds the skull in his hand, in that moment, as he watches these inky black tendrils kind of waft up and away from him, he remembers something else. He remembers what happened afterwards, after everything that happened to him, when he was found by acolytes of the Church of Isho. And remembers how, even though they were humans, that they were kind to him and that they took him in and they became basically his family, despite what he was, despite who he was, despite everything. He remembers, because of their kindness, he learned song keeping. Because of them, he was set on this path towards understanding Isho. And because of them, he met his friends. He met the people that he's been on this journey with. And as he watches all of this blackness waft away, he understands with perfect clarity for the first time that everything that he is and who he is, the good and the bad, is because of these Najit, is because of this connection that he has to them. And he falls to his knees, holding the skull, and begins to weep for what he has just done. And as he does so, through his tears, he begins to sing the Song of the Hearth and attempts to channel that energy into this Najit, to try to bring it back, to try to heal the hurt that he has done, to try to forget the past and to move forward with kindness, even among his enemies or those he had thought were his enemies. He pours everything he has into this. He wants desperately in that moment only for this person that he has just wronged to be made whole again.
All right, Don. Make a resolute check. This is at -5.
Counter offer. I have one essence left, and I want to use it now.
Okay. You feel the bones start to shake and quiver and come slowly back together in front of you. The Snajit takes a long time to pull itself back together. It is a slow process. You gain the blessing of Amaran. On the next like check you make to heal, where somebody has to roll for healing, you can re-roll that healing. You do not get the curse. That brings you up to 8 blessings. The Najit trembles as it comes back together. Puts its bony hand on yours. I am sorry.
I know. And so am I.
And I think that is a good place to take a short break.
Sure.
And I'll see you guys in, let's just give it 5 minutes at 5:15.
Sounds good.
And we're back. Okay, so let's go to... We just did Stone. We just did... I guess we're back to Alexander and Anastas then. All right. So Anastas, you are at this this pillar, trying to break it down, such that Yelesnia no longer has a place to. Yelesnia has a shot on Theodrana, who no longer has a place to hide. And one of the Theodrana copies is already down. Alexander, you are up on the balcony. You can see another Theodrana copy across the balcony who has now turned her gaze towards you. And you are now cursed. So you're going to have a second chance to fail on all success tests until you can break her concentration. Anastas, you no longer have that effect, and you've got one that was just staggered in front of you, but is now getting up and is backing away. Now, you've not attacked her yet. You've basically attacked the pillar. In your perception, were you getting close enough that you're within range of her, or not?
I would imagine the pillar is still very much between us.
Between you. Okay.
Yeah.
So she turns to try and run to the next pillar. You're not close enough to take a free attack, but Yelesnia is going to attempt an attack on her with Revenant, or with Brimstone Cascade. And Peach, this is just a Resolute versus Quick test.
I believe so, yeah. I can double check the spell really quick if you'd like, though.
Nope, I got it.
Yes, Resolute against Quick.
Heck yeah, she succeeds by. Hang on. No, that didn't do the subtraction that it was supposed to do. So she misses. So as Theodrana is running, Theodrana throws up that sort of like blessed shield, and turns the fire blast away and slides in behind the next pillar.
Just a quick note for Brimstone Cascade, if that is the spell that you're using.
Yep.
Even if you fail the test, it still deals 1d6 damage from like the blast near them.
Hell yeah. And it's a full 6. Okay. So like the blast goes up and around the shield, but like still comes in around the sides. And there's such an explosion. You can see that Theodrana's like big silken robes have now started on fire. She gets behind the pillar and starts patting them out as quickly as she can. All right, Alexander, what are you doing?
Let's go after that other one now.
All right, there are several clerics up here that are like hurling bolts down at the group that are between you and her. How do you want to get around them, or do you want to go through them?
Going through would take too long. Let's try and do some. I want to do some acrobatics around them if I can. Basically, like kind of pushing through, dodging their attacks, just not stopping, just going.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead and make your acrobatics check. I'm going to do this against their attacks, which is going to be. Actually, you would get a plus on this, but there are so many of them. Let's just call it disfavor, but +3.
Disfavor +3, and this will be a quick check then, essentially,
quick check.
right?
Yep.
Perfect. Here we go. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, so you're like jumping up on like the railing. You do like a flip over one of them, slide underneath another. They're like throwing attacks over. Remember, they've got those ritual daggers, but all of them miss, and you are able to get to the end of the hallway where Theodrana turns towards you, and she's readying an attack for her next turn. Anastas, what are you up to?
Anastas, this thing is like cracked to shit, right?
Yeah.
Anastas is going to plant the wheel in the ground, dig my fingers into the pillar, and I'm going to try to suplex it into the other pillar.
Yeah, okay, all right, sounds good. Make a strong check. This is going to be -5.
Boom!
Yes! Oh!
What happens?
Anastas plants the wheel in the ground, and I start drilling my fingers into the stone, and I just heave and pull, and like it cracks off the balcony, and I slam it into the other pillar.
Awesome. So the pillar busts out, and Alexander, the like balcony that you're on like shifts when this happens. Then the other pillar like gets Anastas swings the pillar into the other pillar, and there is another shift. Make a quick check not to fall to the prone. Theodrana fails, and she drops to the ground after this huge shaking. There's an explosion of marble around the Theodrana that's on the ground, like on the ground floor, and like there's dust and debris all over the place. I'm gonna say that she just takes 1 damage from that like minor explosion, and she sort of like staggers backwards away from the pillar. All right, Alexander, what are you?
Roll?
Yep, this is straight roll.
Cool.
Okay,
Hopping off your Legolas.
Alexander, you stay on your feet, and the Theodrana in front of you is now on the ground. What would you like to do?
Fucking just go hammer away with just as much as I can. Dagger's Fury.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
And you have your advantage.
Advantage, and anything on this still -7 on these, or is this?
Yep, still -7.
Okay. God, these are a pain.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Whew. 1.
Okay, so that
12 damage.
is insane. Second attack.
Missed it by 1.
Okay. Remember that you've got a second chance to fail because she had cursed you. So the first attack is a miss. Second attack, now roll twice.
Okay, my bad.
Oh, and actually, you can just hit disfavor. Sorry.
Disfavor on that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you just hit disfavor.
So this will be
Disfavor -7.
The
Okay.
same roll.
same
Wow.
exact. Okay.
So you come up to her and like start bringing your daggers down, and she puts up that shield, and your like arms just like stop in place, and she pushes you back as she stands back up, and looks at you. And what is she going to do? Yeah, make a strong test, -5.
It's 5 again. Okay. Is this also disfavor then?
Yes. Yeah.
No. Okay. Yeah, knew that was coming.
Okay.
Can't make a strong check to save my life.
She throws you back, and you hit the wall with a crack. Your head slams into the back of it. You are going to take 8 damage, mitigated by whatever protection you have.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh no, it goes through protection. Sorry, you take 8 damage.
Oh, then I'm down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alexander cracks against the back wall and slumps. Anastas, what are you doing?
Where are they in relation to me? Can I see them?
They're directly above you right now.
They're directly above me.
Yeah.
Am I privy to this occurrence at all? Or
No. You've got too much
No.
going on down here.
I've got no idea what's going on. All right,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna scurry after the other Theodrana on the ground.
Yep, sounds good.
And I am going to leap down through the dust
Yeah.
at her.
Awesome.
-7.
-7.
Don't make it.
Okay.
I roll out of the way. I come out of the dust. I pounce down at her. She rolls out of the way, and I am in combat with this individual.
Yes. Okay, so she turns around, and she's going to do the same thing to you, but I think it's going to be a little bit less effective. This is strong -5.
Nope.
Okay, and so I apologize, Eric. It was D8, so it would have been 4 because she's an NPC. Would 4 still have brought you down?
Uh-oh.
I would
might have
be at
froze.
1 HP then.
Okay, so you're at 1 HP.
Okay.
Anastas avoids the attack and is not pushed back by this. She gets up and she tries to get to... Well, you're right next to her, okay, and she would take a free attack if she did that. Okay, then what happens is she's got several smaller clerics around. What's up, Talon?
Froze, I'm back.
Okay. Talon, 3 more clerics come up behind you and start swinging. You've got +3 on these dodges. And Alexander, you're on the ground. Only 1 attack against Alexander, but same thing, +3.
And do I disfavor on this one too?
Yep.
Still cursed? I'm gonna fail. Oh, hey! I succeeded.
Okay, so I see...
I get hit once.
All right, Anastas, you take 2 damage from one of those, the Revenant Strike from the dagger. Alexander, you succeed and you roll out of the way. But Anastas, as you are dodging these attacks, you look over at Yelesnia's forces, and they are dwindling. She is there holding her own, but there is now only 4 of them left besides her. 6 of you total. Surveying the scene, there are at least a dozen clerics and 2 Theodranas in this courtyard right now. Things are looking dire. Okay. Back to Dorian. Dorian, you are following Morana into Diocese Might. Diocese Might is dark, and it's illuminated only in the center. She is not taking no for an answer. The guards tried to tell her that she could not come in, and she burst her way through the door and is striding towards the center where you can see the 2 Najit that are vying for the archbishopric are sitting in the center of that like sand pit that they use for like training and duels. Recall that one of them is that sort of like slender, like duelist looking newer Najit that is encased entirely in metal, and then the other one is like the older, old school, has like more rusting armor, lots of iron spikes and things. And they stand up and start to protest, at which point Morana speaks over all of them in like a clear, ringing voice that fills the room. And she says, Diocese Knowledge is right now under attack from itself. There is a civil war going on for the heart of the Najit, and the Pontiff plans to stamp it out. There's sort of like murmurs around, like people are not exactly sure what she's driving at which point she says, and I plan to ensure that the Pontiff is not successful in this. The Triumvirate is dead, and our very history is right now being rewritten in Diocese Knowledge. The Pontiff has gone too far this time, and the only thing that we can do to preserve our way of life, to preserve our religion, to preserve the teachings of the prophet, the first pilgrim herself, is to make sure that he does not succeed. Your petty squabbles aside, you must choose a leader now, and you must join me. Dorian, do you want to add anything?
I witnessed the murder of the Triumvirate with my own eyes. She speaks the truth. And right now, our friends are in dire straits down inside of Dynasty Knowledge. You must choose a leader. You must put your squabbles aside, as Marana said. And we have to act now. For the sake of all of Karstop.
All right. Dorian, I'm going to have you roll the persuade.
Oh God.
You've got favor on this. Good luck. By 2. Diocese Might looks around at one another. The older Najit just shakes his head and says, "We cannot interfere in another diocese's internal problems." The slender Najit, in like iron, like fully encased in metal, says, "And we cannot turn against the Pontiff, can we?" They are, at best, uncertain and leaderless. Marana spins around, looking at all of them. "I cannot believe you. You would see the Pilgrim's teachings be cast aside and do nothing. I am going to fight for the Pilgrim. Any who wish to join me are welcome." Okay, let's see. She's pretty persuasive. Okay, alright. So the leaders of Diocese Might do not move. But Najit all over, remember this is like in like sort of like a bowl, like a amphitheater. And Najit all over the place. Diocese Might, covered in like chains and spikes with huge weapons, just stand up to attention, rising all around her. And she turns back to the leadership of Diocese Might, and says, "I understand why you squabble. None of these men follow you." And she turns around and she walks out of Diocese Might, followed by dozens of Diocese Might warriors back out into the central square. Okay.
What about Yvonne?
What?
Yvonne, what's he doing?
Who? You're breaking up.
Oh,
Yvonne,
The like the duelist.
the older,
Oh,
Lexi
the old
was
one.
being a shit.
Yeah. Hearing this, he is like, he looks over at the rest of the leadership of Diocese Might. Fuck this. And he stands up and he follows as well. Okay.
Dorian will give him a nod and say, "Now that's what a real leader does." And follow along with him out the doors.
Hell yes. Okay. Sounds good. All right. Don, what is Stone up to?
You want the honest answer to that question? Because
Yeah.
in my mind, what Stone did after that was sit down and have tea with this guy. 100%. Like, basically 150%, that's what Stone is doing right now.
Stone does not have time to have tea, but we'll note this and come back to it, I think. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Oh,
Marching to
Dorian,
war.
I totally forgot. Dorian, you have to make a resolute check.
Oh, okay. Any modifiers? Favor, disfavor?
Yes. -1.
Whew.
Dorian, you have the blessing of Venice right now.
Oh.
With this, you do not get the curse. You have the ability to create an oath. This is going to be one sentence that has to be 10 words or less. You can speak it at any time. When you speak it, whatever it is that you say will come to pass. You are filled with a strange certainty. The certainty of knowing what will happen because you will make it happen. This oath that has been made that you are going to bring down the pontiff, and you are going to fight with all of your might because it is what is right, fills you with purpose. Purpose that you feel you can direct. You can, again, use this at any time, but when you want to make a Venice oath, let me know. And we'll go from there. Okay. Stone, back to you.
Doesn't necessarily have tea, but as he is like leaving this place, because of all the things that this person was telling him, like he's very curious to know. Oh, I'll just ask it in character. Like as he's leaving, he turns around and says, "I will return here. I wish to understand why you have preserved this place, and perhaps more importantly, why you are accepting of me and my kind."
There are some powers that are more powerful than ideology. I look forward to our next meeting, Stone, that is shattered upon the Song of Isho.
As do I. And Stone is going to do his best approximation of like the bent back frustration of the Najit back to him.
Excellent. Your old man back protests
Yeah.
just a little bit.
Absolutely. We're using the bottom two arms to support the rest of it as it arcs back.
There's some growing, but it happens, and it is much appreciated. Excellent.
Most excellent. Otherwise, he's going to return, or is going to emerge out into the square and kind of assess the situation.
Emerging out into the square, you see Marana with Dorian and a legion of like 4 Diocese Might like warriors marching out of the diocese, out of the basilica, and towards the basilica, the archives, towards diocese knowledge.
Stone just like snorts to himself and just kind of goes, "Well, I suppose that's where I'm going then."
Stone, at this point, you see. Oh God, we need much better music for this.
Oh no!
Oh, jeez.
Again?
It's not exactly what I want. Yeah, this'll work. Okay. Stepping out of the cathedral, you see very slowly an old man, Pontiff Istolt, followed by Velanir, followed by 12 of those elite knights, the same knights that you saw when the triumvirate was assassinated, marching out of Diocese Order, out of the Grand Cathedral, along with the Diocese Purity elite knights. So there's about 24 of them, plus the Pontiff, plus the Archbishop, coming down the steps right now. Roughly 24 of a combination of Diocese Might. Oh, and then also a few other of the Diocese Order knights are standing in the courtyard right now. The Marana turns to Dorian, puts a hand on his shoulder, and says, "Wait here." And she glides forward with Sir Ivan right behind her, up towards Velanir and the Pontiff. Dorian, you see Stone has just come out of Diocese Order. What would you like to do?
I'm going to move towards Stone and, in a hushed tone while all of this drama is going on, "They can see you."
Only you can see him. Remember, that's how that works.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's right. All right, never mind. Well, were you successful?
Yes.
As was I.
I can see that.
She is on our side. What about our friends? Have you heard anything?
You hear the crash of the pillars smashing into each other outside of.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we can safely assume they are alive and well based on the tumult still continuing.
Sounds like Anostos is having his fun.
You see, you turn towards the steps where Marana, Sir Ivan, wants to, bow to the Pontiff, but, Marana doesn't, and so then he also doesn't, and Velanir looks very put out because of that. They're exchanging terse words, but because they're far away and the Pontiff speaks in that, this is such a quiet, with such a quiet voice, you cannot hear what is happening until...
Stone.
What's up?
Stone looks at Dorian as this is all happening and just says, "You don't suppose there are many guards left inside the Grand Cathedral at this point, do you?"
I like where your mind is, Stone. I suppose there are not.
Then
This
perhaps
may be our
this
best
is our
chance.
opportunity.
And we give a bit of a slice. What do we hear from them now?
So as you start to head off in that direction, you hear Marana shout, "I will not bow. Pontiff Istolt, for crimes against the people of Karstop, the Najit, humanity, and all of the prophets and the first pilgrim, I declare Casus Belli. all of the Najit behind her roar, raising their fists and their weapons into the air, and the pontiff steps back when this happens, completely thrown. Then you will all die. And his knights ready their weapons, and chaos erupts in the square.
Cue boss music.
Yeah.
Quick point of clarification.
Yeah.
The pit is still there, right?
Yeah, they're totally fighting around this pit. Yeah,
oh my
completely.
god, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
People are going into the pit, that is for sure. That is
What the
that is
hell,
certain.
guys? Bros. My dudes.
We have any
got
idea
bigger
where this thing
problems.
came from? What caused it at all?
If the sound that remember it ended it is the sound of the Nameless One, or one of the things that is like the Nameless One.
Okay, we got 10 minutes left, and I got 3 wrap-up scenes that I need to do before we end.
Rock it out.
So, Alexander and Anastas. Alexander, you are down to 1 hit point. You've just hit the ground. Theodrana is in front of you, and she is coming towards you, prepared to end your life. What would you like to do?
Alexander will spit out some blood on the ground and rise up, dagger still in hand, and then start muttering to himself, "Come on, beast. You didn't bring me back to fucking die here, did you? Give me one chance to kill her."
You have an essence. You can use that essence however you would like to.
I do. Oh, I do. I know. I just got it and I'm gonna lose it again, but oh, this would be really cool. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use the essence and
What it's
go.
there for, use it.
It's what it's there for. Let's fucking kill her.
Awesome. Okay, what does this look like? And
Well,
how does your new spirit make this happen? You used to have that mirror magic. What's the new Alexander theme?
Yeah, it is as if when this activates, essentially, it's as if a being appears behind him, towering, kind of in that frame and mirroring his actions. Alexander charges, and with the power of this creature, is able to bring his dagger through her shield first for the first attack, and the other 2 deep into her, again, skull, her eye sockets, and ripping her skull in half.
Hell yeah. Anastas, pillar in hand. Yelesnia.
I dropped the pillar, smashed into the other one. I'm in front
okay.
of Theodrana.
Oh, that's right. 'cause you made an attack. Yep.
Gets weakened by this.
Yep.
I kneel down to Theodrana.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the state of your archives. Look the havoc you have wrought following the Pontiff. I give you this one chance, Theodrana. See with clear eyes. It is
Persuade.
not too late.
Persuasion check with favor. In the smallest voice, you hear Theodrana stuttering. I yield. I yield.
And then Anastas, from the smoke and the rubble, will lift the wheel and roar out, "Victory!"
At this point, half a dozen like huge Najit Might warriors with enormous axes bust in the door and walk in. One of them immediately takes out one of Theodrana's like clerics that's right by the door, and Theodrana shouts out, I yield! I yield! The other cleric's not exactly sure what to do. Like, one of them goes for the fighters and gets completely obliterated. And the other ones drop their daggers and just back up and put themselves in a on their knees with hands up. And Diocese Knowledge goes to Yelesnia. Yelesnia walks over to Theodrana. She puts a hand on her shoulder. She says, I am sorry, my old friend, but thus it had to be. All right. Last thing that I want to do. Stone and Dorian, you step into the Grand Cathedral.
Oh, we doing it.
We're doing it. You step into the Grand Cathedral. Remember, this has like 4 balconies on it. It's big and open and has a throne at the center of it that's made out of stone and has the skulls on top of it that amplify the voice of anyone that's sitting on it. There's a ray of moonlight that's sort of illuminating the throne as you come in. And what you see at the throne has been pushed back, leaving a large hole in the ground with a staircase going down. And heading up from that staircase is Lyra Skylark wearing a crown of iron that looks like fire.
Oh.
And that is where we are going to end today's session. Thank you guys so much for playing. For those of you online, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.